I obviously have no idea what my French colleagues were talking about, so I will ask you a couple of questions in English. First,
Bro, I know for a fact I could not have been the only one out there thinking, as you're watching the UFC Paris Media Day, you're wondering, when is the translator gonna come in? I know I was not the only one tripping and wondering, what the hell was Nassourdine Imavov saying, you guys? As a content creator and somebody who's waiting for a moment like this, the media day, you got two fighters who are involved in the Super 4 middleweight tournament. You know, you got four fighters who are trying to get to Khamzat Chimaev. And we want to see excitement. We want to see hype. We're 3 days away. And 99% of Nassourdine Imavov's interview, I couldn't even understand. There's no translation at all. YouTube won't even translate it. Come on, UFC, what the hell is that? I get it that they're in Paris. But what about everybody who's actually watching it, my friends? Shout out to that female who ended up getting a couple questions out of him at the end of it. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, my reaction.
first of all, is it personal between you and Caio Borralho?
C'est plus que personnel.
It's much more than personal.
Okay. Caio said to all of people here that he is very surprised that they are cheering for you because you are Russian, not a French. How do you feel personal? Do you feel more as a Russian citizen or a French citizen?
Caio,
I got one thing out of that whole interview with Nassourdine Imavov. And what did I get? That he is personally pissed off, my friends. Even though we only got a few questions out of him, we still got something that we can talk about, my friends. He's personally pissed off about this fight. He's taking this fight very, very personal, my friends, because you guys know Caio Borralho has been talking a lot of smack and been telling Nassourdine, where are you actually from? Are you Russian or are you French? I'm surprised that any of the French people are even going for you. Right? To the point where he's putting tweets calling the French pussies, my friends. I'm not saying that. This is coming out of Caio Borralho's fingers and out of his head. So, we do understand that going into this fight this Saturday, this is a little bit more personal for Nassourdine Imavov. The question is, will that actually work in his disadvantage? Will that affect him going into this match? Or will it help him? Having more anger, my friends, having just that rage in him, actually wanting to be more stronger physically, take care of Caio Borralho, man. It's an interesting question, but I'm a little pissed off by how we really didn't get that much content from Nassourdine Imavov. But Caio Borralho, on the other hand, shout out to him, my friends. You know, he's speaking English, even though he can speak Brazilian if he wants to. And he comes out and gives us a lot of things to talk about, my friends. First of all, I'm glad that he talked about eating salmon. A lot of people were thinking, yo, you were just a backup for UFC 319 Khamzat versus your boy DDP. Is that going to affect you going into this fight? You had to cut 2 times in the same month. And he gave us an absolutely fantastic answer, my friends. Check it out.
Quick wake, like the wake cut you did like 1 month ago, and then have you a precise prediction of how the fight can finish?
Bro, I'm feeling very good. I was eating a lot of salmons right now outside here. I think I ate like 4 or 5 pizzas. Did you guys taste the salmon over here? Bro, it's so good. It's so good. I already had breakfast. Now I had salmon. In like 1 hour and a half, I'll have my lunch with some rice and a good steak, because I just fuck with steak.
And that's very, very important, dude. Because you guys know, if he's talking about eating this and eating that, and he's looking healthy and he's smiling and he's laughing, you guys, this must have been an absolutely great camp. And I'm excited that he might be heading into this weigh-in super, super healthy, which is going to be great for the fight coming up. Now, there's another thing that I want to talk about that he touched up on that I think is absolutely the most important thing when it comes down to this fight. You guys, when Caio Borralho fought against Jared Cormier, he didn't shoot a single takedown until round 5. And it wasn't even a serious takedown, right? I believe in that fight, he wanted to test his striking skills. And that's why he had a striking battle with Jared Cannonier. And if you guys watch that fight, there's a lot of people out there that say, yo, Jared was touching Caio Borralho up. There was times where Jared was landing clean hooks, clean 1-2s. But the great news is that in this fight, he's already spoken about how he's not going to be purely striking with a guy like Nassourdine Imavov.
Do whatever I can to perform and dominate him, and I'm going to show how versatile I am. I'm going to show you guys MMA. You know what I mean? So you guys going to see me strike. You guys going to see me taking him down. You guys going to see my jiu-jitsu. You guys going to see everything. I'm just going to prove that I'm better than him. No, I'm better striker because it's not a striking match.
They try to bait him into the question. They try to say, yo, you know, Nassourdine Imavov striking is so good. Are you going to try to compete with him to show the world that you're a better striker than him? He says, no. I'm going to show my versatility. I'm going to be shooting takedowns. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that, which is absolutely fantastic. You guys, Caio Borralho is mentally focused, and I think he's mentally prepared to take on a guy like Nassourdine Imavov. Who has the better training partners? Caio Borralho spars with guys like Mauricio Ruffy, Carlos Prates, Gene Silva, my friends. You guys, Caio Borralho bringing up Brazil versus French when it comes to soccer, talking about how the French people have absolutely no reason to even be talking about soccer when it comes to who's a better country between Brazil and France. And he goes off on France, my friends.
You follow football, and do you know how big this makes this fight night?
Yeah, for sure. I think we are ahead of France in football. Of course, you guys won us 98, and you know, but I think it's 5-2 for us. We have 5 World Cups. You guys have only 2. So I don't think there's even a discussion about that, you know? And how many French guys were the best in the world? And now how many Brazilian guys were the best in the world? So there's no discussion on that, you know?
Basically saying it's not even a conversation. You guys. Man, dude, he gave us his prediction at the end of the fight. He says it's going to be a round 4 KO.
Of the fight?
The prediction, 4th round finish.
Thank you very much.
Which I'm absolutely excited about, dude. The media day wasn't that exciting. UFC did a horrible job on trying to connect Nassourdine Imavov with the fans here in the US and even in the UK. But at the end of the day, it's all right. It's all right. Because 3 days from now, we're getting ourselves an absolutely fantastic matchup. And I'm telling you right now, it's still Caio Borralho as our pick, as he has won the media day battle. 1-0. 1-0, my friends. Whew. Let's go.